Mr. Speaker, I shall try to confine myself to reading a prepared statement. Mr. Speaker, this morning I mispronounced the name of my friend and colleague, Barney Frank, in a way that sounds like a slur. Let me make this absolutely clear. The media and others are reporting this as if it were intentional, and it was not. I repeat, this was nothing more than the unintentional mispronunciation of another person's name that sounded like something it was not. There is no room in public discourse for such hateful language, and I condemn the use of such slurs. After I heard about how the story was being covered, I called Congressman Frank and I told him of my stumbling over his name, and I apologized for the perception created by the press that I would even think of such terms. It was not an attack. It was not even a Freudian slip. I have worked with Congressman Frank in the past. I consider him a friend. I am disappointed that the media and others would take this incident and turn it into a firestorm. A firestorm. I take the strong exception to the airing of the tape and even the transcribing of a stumbled word as if it were an intentional personal attack. I take strong exception to the airing of the tape and even the transcribing of a stumbled word as if it were an intentional personal attack. I take strong exception to the airing of the tape and even the transcribing of a stumbled word as if it were an intentional personal attack. And I take this exception especially in light of the fact that I went to the press who had the tape and explained to them in the best humor I could that I had simply mispronounced a name and did not need any psychoanalysis about my subliminals or about my Freudian predilections, especially from people who are obviously not trained in psychological analysis. With all of the issues the new Republican majority are bringing to the floor of this House, it is regrettable that an unintentional mispronunciation of a name in a way that would be clearly offensive, had it been intentional, should shift the public debate away from issues like balancing the budget, cutting taxes, and reforming our failed welfare system. Can we not get back to real issues? Cannot the press report real events? And Mr. Speaker, I would like to, for a moment, thank my friend and colleague from California, Mr. Bill Bray, for allowing me to proceed ahead of him in this order. I would like to thank the indulgence of this body for allowing me these moments. I would like to thank my diligent, fair, responsible friends in the press for 10 years of what I believe to have been a good relationship with decent people doing their job. Mr. Speaker, I have a family. I have raised 5 children. I spent a lifetime telling my children the rules of decent discourse, teaching them how to be respectful of other people. We have a long list of words we don't use, of names we don't call, of sentiments we don't express. We have another long list that comes under the general rule of my mother and father's precious teaching about good manners, decent discourse, real respect for other people. And to have my 5 children, or anybody else's 5 children, turn on their TV today and see a transcript of a mispronunciation on the air